Hello! Welcome back to another episode on Meg's Story. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on new content. My wife of 15 years cheated in the worst way possible. Dear Internet, my wife of 15 years has betrayed me in the worst way possible. I discovered it several months ago. It wasn't the first time. We have a great life. She works as a nurse. We enjoy lots of activities together. We're both active in sports/fitness. Here are some other related incidents. 9 months prior to our wedding, my wife had a crush on a friend. That's what was described to me in therapy anyhow. She was acting different, and that's how I found out and confronted her. Last year, my wife is acting very different again. I feel like something is going on and can tell something isn't right with her. Our sex life is great, but she starts weird fights with me and projects a lot of trust issues on me. She's also acting very different in many ways I won't go into here. I discover she lied about where she was on many occasions. I confront my wife, and all fucking hell breaks loose. I talked to the other woman, we were friends. My wife, I opened up to him. He knew my wife's history. I confided in him. I tell the other woman this, and she wants to cut communication. She doesn't want to hear it. Over the past several months, my wife has been trying. She acknowledges so many things. We learn a lot about how child abuse has impacted her. Her mother is kind of an awful person. Being extremely negative doesn't describe it well enough. My wife copied that behavior. My wife takes responsibility for her actions. Although she has pointed out my focus has always been on work, and I spend too much time on it, which was somewhat true for several months. I still thought we had it so nice. She's threatened divorce many times over the past 5 years for arguments that should have been easily resolved. I couldn't even tell you the topic of 90 of those threats. Recently, our conversations turn into arguments when anything difficult comes up, almost like Shay for regressing. In the past couple months, she's threatened to leave many times. One time, she packed a bag and left it in the hallway, which is an awful thing she learned from her mother. She never left the house. It's as if I've become numb to hearing and seeing these things. I never cried much before this. I cried when my mom passed. I cry for sad movies but can't say I shed many tears. I cry like a baby now. My tears flow easily now. Anything can trigger it. My wife said my recent crying makes her feel awkward. She never saw much of it until this. Do I want her to change? Yes, but I realize I can't change her. She owns that. I feel like I'm constantly dealing with a very difficult person and tiptoeing around to avoid setting her off. It's possible likely she will never change. If I leave, I feel like I'm guaranteed to fuck up my kids. My youngest would know nothing else. Sometimes things are actually good between us. We have fun together. Our family has fun together. We work out together. Then the inevitable happens and she blows up over something, unable to handle her emotions. I know! Thank you for all the feedback. Keep it coming. I like to see the good and the bad, so let it flow. I am going with the professionals on what to do for now. The mental health pros are not advising me to bail. Actually, neither did the lawyer at Separate Together. Again, she is trying. If she refused therapy, it would be different. If she kept in communication with him, also very different. But gosh, you all make some very good points. I was prepared for the negative internet comments. I would suggest stepping up your game, but this post is only a few hours old, so I'm sure there's more coming. Some of you are very insightful and empathetic. It's impressive. I'm aware of the once a cheater, always a cheater philosophy. Again, I'm going with the advice of the pros here. I asked my kids tonight, how much do mommy and daddy fight? Answer, not much, maybe every few weeks. Our kids are generally happy. We don't have an unhappy household, but yes, dealing with this does wear on me at times. I have the stones to leave if that's what it comes down to. I'm not the type to give up easily. All hope is not lost yet. Now for the next story. After 17 years of marriage and 2 kids, my wife cheated on me. What should I do? We married 17 years ago after dating for 2 years. She is my first and only woman. I am her first and only man. We loved each other like crazy and always been together. We trusted each other 100. We have 2 small kids, smart and beautiful. We are both professionals and made together a fortune. She is 35 years old and I am 39. We had a perfect marriage. Until a few days ago when I discovered that she was seeing this other guy, coworker, for 3 months and she was sexting with him. I confronted her and she admitted that she fell in love with him like she was 16 again. She could only think of him neglecting her family and she has kissed him, but there was no sex and I believe her. Then I have seen more emails between them and the intensity of the feelings described there was scary to me. She also told me that she was the most happy woman in the world around that guy and that he made her feel alive. They were dating in secret at lunchtime during lunch hours again. No sex involved, but he wanted to leave his own wife and move in with her. She was confused. She described the whole experience as being swept away by a river and she had no control over these emotions and actions. She said that he was the only thing on her mind all day and she didn't care anymore about consequences. I also discovered a personal journal that she kept where she described the electrical attraction that she had for him and she imagined having sex with him, all with pornographic details about the act. Imagine the hurt that it caused me. Now she says that she wants to forget him and move on with me, that she loves me a lot, and that although she feels love for the other guy, she hopes that the love for me will prove to be stronger for our sake and for the sake of our kids and of what we have accomplished. But how can I build the trust? Can I or should I forget and continue my journey through life with her? Will I be haunted by all this forever? Should I bite the bullet and move on? If she loves him so much and clearly the love for me no longer gives her the wet dreams anymore, am I being selfish to keep her for me? Maybe she has the right to pursue happiness, even if that means to break two families, our and his. Will trust ever be rebuilt? Well, never 100, but enough to keep us as a couple. The fact that she imagined having sex and wrote it down so vividly and passionately. Is this the same as having sex? Maybe if they had the chance they would have done it? So what does this mean? If I go on with her, will I be living in a lie? Will she ever do it again, maybe this time with sex? I love her like there is no tomorrow, but love is blind and I am lost. Any thoughts? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like if you would like to see more. Feel free to subscribe.